Good morning, dear students. My name is Farhan Mazhar, and today is 17th of September and 2021. Right now, I am with the ninth Cambridge class, and the subject we are studying is D Maths 4024. It's O levels mathematics. We are working on the D3, it's the name of the book, D3. And we are working on coordinate geometry, chapter number 6 in this book. We are done with exercise 6A, 6B. Now we are working on exercise 6C. This exercise is about finding the equation of a line, and we have learned that if 2 points are given, how you can find the equation of a line. So we are on the question number 9. Question number 9 says, given that a line x by 3 plus y by 2 equals to 1, the A part is make y the subject of the formula. So if you want to make y the subject of the formula, then, then the procedure is very simple. You see, let me show you from here. If you want to make uh, this is that equation, and if you want to make y the subject of the formula, first of all, look at here carefully. We have denominators here. Here we have 3 in the denominator. Here we have 2 in the denominator. So their LCM is 6. So first thing which I want to do is get rid of these denominators. So that because the LCM will of 3 and 2 is 6. So what we will do, we will multiply each term. There are 3 terms in this equation. Each term with that LCM, and that is 6. So you see here I have 6 multiply x by 3 plus 6 multiply y by 2 equals to 6 multiply 1. This 3 and 6 will be cancelled. You will have 2. 2 multiply x, that will be 2x. This 2 and this 6 will be cancelled. You get 3. 3 multiply y, 3y. This 6 will multiply with the 1, and that will give you 6. So now, because I want to make y the subject of the formula, it means that I will make the y alone on one side of the equation. So I will take this 2x to the other side. It will subtract there. It is positive 2x here. On the other side, it will become minus 2x plus 6. This 3 is multiplying with the y. When it will go on the other side, it will divide with both the terms. So I wrote this 3 under this 2x, and I also wrote this 3 under 6. So you will have y equals to minus 2 by 3 into x plus 2. 3 and 6 are cancelled. So you will have 2. So now you can see the y is alone on the left side. So this is called make the y subject of the formula. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to its B part. In the B part, the question number 9 B part is find the gradient of this line. The equation of this line, this is the equation of that line, and I made the y subject of the formula. You can see here. So he wants us to find out the gradient of this line. So if the equation of the line is given, you make the y alone on one side, then whatever will be the coefficient of x, that will be the gradient. If you make y alone on one side, so whatever will be the gradient of the x on the other side, that will be whatever will be the coefficient of the x, that will be the gradient of that line. So you can see when y is alone on this side, the coefficient of x is minus 2 by 3. So minus 2 by 3 is the gradient of this line. So the gradient of this line is minus 2 by 3. The third part, question number 9C part, he says, find the coordinates of the point at which the line cuts the x-axis. So remember, whenever a equation of the line is given and you want to find out the coordinates of the points, when it cut the x-axis. So remember to write this thing, when line cut x-axis, the y will be 0. So I will, in that equation, I will put y equals to 0. So when the line cuts the x-axis, I will put y equals to 0. So in this equation, in the place of y, I will substitute 0. So you will have 0 equals to minus 2 by x plus 2. I will take this minus 2 by 3x on the other side. It will become positive 2 by 3x equals 2. I want to find out the value of the x. So this 3 is dividing. When it will go on the other side, it will multiply. This 2 is multiplying with the x. When it will go on the other side, it will divide. 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So you will have x equals to 3. So now the coordinates of the point when the line cuts the x-axis, there the y value is 0, the x value is 3. So the coordinates of that point are 3, comma 0. 3, comma 0. This point is known as the x-intercept. Okay. So the whole question is showing up on your screen. I hope that you have understood this. That is question number 9. What do you say? Do you understand this? Hello? Do you understand this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so we are moving to the next question. The next question is question number 10, and it's coming up on your screen. Okay. So question number 10 is, okay. So here we go. So question number 10 is on your screen. And let me read the question for you. He says, find the equation of the straight line which passes through the point minus 3 comma 5 and with the gradient minus 2 by 3. A very simple and a straightforward question. This is question number 10. It's A part. A point is given. Through this point the line is passing and the gradient of that line is minus 2 by 3. So what we will do, you see, I need to find out the coin of the line. You remember the formula for finding the coin of the line is y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. The y1 value is 5, x1 value is minus 3, and the m, which is the gradient, that is minus 2 by 3. So in this formula, I will substitute these values. So in the place of x1, I wrote 5. In the place of m, I wrote minus 2 by 3. In the place of x1, I wrote minus 3. So you will have y minus 5 equals to minus 2 by 3, bracket x, minus minus, that will become plus 3. And then you will have this 3, which is dividing here on the right side. I will take it to the other side, to the left side. So it's dividing here. When it will go on the other side, it will divide there. So you can see here 3 bracket y minus 5. So 3y minus 15 is equal to this minus 2 will multiply with this bracket. You will have minus 2x minus 6. So 3y, this minus 15, take it to the other side. So you will have 3y equals to minus 2x minus 6 plus 15. 3y is equals to minus 2x minus 6 plus 15. That gives you plus 9. So this 3 is multiplying with the y. Take it to the other side. It will divide. There are two terms on the right side. So this 3 will go under both of those terms. So you can see we will have minus 2 by 3x plus 9 by 3. This 9 and 3 can be cancelled. So finally, you will have y equals to minus 2 by 3 into x plus 3. So this is how you will make the equation of this line. A point was given through which the line was passing, and the gradient of the line was given minus 2 by 3. And this is how we found that equation. Hopefully, you understand it. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so the next part is the question number 10. Its B part is given that the line in the first part also passes through the point P comma 3. Find the value of the P. So that line, this line, which we just found, its equation, this line is passing through this point P comma 3. So it means this value will satisfy this equation. So in this equation, in the place of x, I will put p, and in the place of y, I will put 3. So I will take this equation, and in this equation, I will substitute the x with the p and the y with the 3. So you can see here I did that. So y equals to minus 2 by 3 into x plus 3. So in the place of y, I put 3, and in the place of x, I put p. So now I will take this whole term to the left side. It will become positive. So you will have 2 by 3p equals to, this 3 is already there. This positive 3, when it will go on the other side, it will become minus 3. So you will have 2 by 3p equals to 3 minus 3 is 0. So now p will be equals to, this 3 will go on the other side, it will multiply. This 2 will go on the other side, it will divide there. So 3 multiplies 0 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is also 0. So the value of the p is 0. It means that point is 0 comma 3. The value of the p is 3. So this is how you do question number. This is how you do question number 10. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So only Hafsa understands. Okay, so anyway, we are moving to the question number 11. It says find the equation. Question number 11, let me open that question. Okay, so question number 11 is coming up on your screen. He says, find the equation of the straight line passing through the point, passing through the point 3 comma minus 2 and having the same gradient as the line 2y equals to 5x plus 7. Listen carefully the question again. Find the equation of the straight line passing through the point 3 comma minus 2 and having the same gradient as the line 2y equals to 5x plus 7. So a line is given, its equation is given, 2y equals to 5x plus 7. So first of all, I will find out what is its gradient. So if a equation is given to you of a line and you want to find out the gradient of that line, the process is simple. You make the y subject of the formula. It means you make y alone on one side. Then whatever will be on the right side, there you will check what's the coefficient of the x. The coefficient of x will be the gradient. So the equation given to us is, given line is 2y equals to 5x plus 7. So what I will do, 2y equals to 5x plus 7. So y will be, this 2 will go on the other side, it will divide with both the terms there. So you will have 5 by 2x plus 7 by 2. So now you can see the y is alone on this side. When y is alone on the other side, the coefficient of x will be equals to the gradient of that line. So the gradient of that line, which is represented with the m, is equals to 5 by 2. So now I know the gradient of this line. Then he says he talks about another line. He says that other line has the same gradient as this line have. So the gradient of this line number 2 is also 5 by 2. But that line passes through this point 3 comma minus 2. And we need to find the equation of this second line. The gradient of this line 5 by 2 is given, and he passes through the point 3 comma minus 2, and they want us to find out its equation. The procedure is very simple. What we will do, I will apply that formula, y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. So y1 I will substitute the value minus 2, m I will put the value 5 by 2, x1 I will put the value 3. So here you will have minus minus plus. So y plus 2, this 2 here dividing, it will come to the other side. So it will multiply with this. This 5 will multiply with this bracket. So you will have 2y plus 4 equals to 5x minus 15. So I will make this y 2y alone. That positive 4 will go to the other side. On the other side, it will subtract. So you will have 2y equals to 5x minus 15 minus 4. It will be minus 19. This 2 is multiplying with this value of the with this y, and you take it to the other side, it will divide because there are two terms, so it will be divided with both the terms. So on the other side, you will have y equals to 5 by 2 x minus 19 by 2. So this is the equation of that line whose gradient is 5 by 2 and it is passing through the point 3 comma minus 2. So this is question number 11. The whole question is, you can see, is showing up on your screen. Hopefully you have understood. Especially the procedure is very simple, but the actual thing is you need to understand the language which he is speaking, the language in which he tells you the story. So you need to understand that. What you say? Do you understand this? Procedure wise,
Yes,
it's
sir.
very
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
procedure wise it is very easy, but the actual thing is you should be able to understand the story which they are telling you in the question. So that was question number 11. So we are moving to the next question, and the next question coming up on your screen is question number 12. Let me read this question from the book. He says, find the equation of the straight line which passes through the point 3 comma 1 and with the gradient 3. So in the A part, they are talking about a line whose gradient is 3 and it passes through the point 3 comma 1, whose coordinates are 3 comma 1. They want us to find out the equation of that line. So very simple. So what we will do, this is the A part, and the M is 3, the point is 3 comma 1. So what we'll do, the equation of the line will be, you know the standard procedure, y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. So in the y1, I will substitute the value 1, in the value, and the m, I will substitute 3, and in x1, I will substitute 3. So you got y minus 1 is equals to 3 bracket x minus 3. So y minus 1 will be equals to minus 3x minus 9. So y will be equals to 3x minus 9 plus 1. So y will be equals to 3x minus 8. So this is the equation of that line whose gradient is 3 and is passing through the point 3 comma 1. This is question number 12A part. Do you understand this part? Very easy and simple.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Shabash, shabash, shabash. Very good. So now we are going to the next part. It is okay. So now we have the B part. It says, hence find. This is the B part of question number 12. It says, hence find the coordinates of the point of intersection of the line in the first part with the line y equals to x. So now they are talking about the two lines. The one line which is in the first part, its equation is y equals to 3x minus 8, and the line number 2 is y equals to x. So you have to find out their point of intersection. The equation of the two lines is given. We will solve them simultaneously. You know, in the D3, chapter number 2, you have learned how to solve simultaneous equation. So I will solve these simultaneous. One equation is y minus 3x equals to minus 8, and the next equation is y minus x equals to 0. You see, I took this x to the other. Is y minus 3x equals to 8. The other equation is y minus x is equals to 0. So if you want to find out their point of intersection, I will solve them simultaneously. Both these equations, the coefficient of the y is plus 1. So what I will do, I will simply subtract the second equation from the first equation. So you can see here, left hand side is subtracted from the left hand side. The right hand side is subtracted from the right hand side. And I am using the horizontal method of subtraction. So from the left side, I will subtract the left side horizontally. So that's why I wrote that my y minus 3x minus y, inside the bracket we have y minus x equals to minus 8 minus 0. So that negative, this negative, which is outside that bracket, it will, when you will open this bracket, its signs will change. So now you will have y minus 3x minus y plus x equals to minus 8. You see this plus y and minus y, they will be cancelled. You will have minus 3x plus x. You will left with the minus 2x. So minus minus will be cancelled. 2x equals to 8. And you can see that x will be equals to 8 by 2. X will be equals to 4. So now I got the value. Now you see I got the value of the x, that is 4. And I will put this x equals to 4 in my second equation. You can also put it into the first equation. There will be no problem to find out the value of the y. So y equals to 4. The second equation is y equals to 4. In the place of x, I will substitute 4. So the value of the y will be also 4. So the point of intersection is x will be 4. Its y will be also 4. So now I know the point of intersection of the line y equals to 3x minus 8 and the line y equals to x. This is how you find the point of intersection of the two lines whose equations are given. You solve both the equations simultaneously and you get the point of intersection. So what you say? Question number 12. Do you understand? That was question number 12.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So it's clear. I have already shared this slide with you, the PowerPoint presentation with you. So there is no need to write them. You already have the those slides, and when you get the time, I will also upload this in the YouTube, so you can also watch it from the YouTube if you miss it, or if you want to see it again. Okay. So the next question coming up on your screen is question number 13. He says, the line L has equation 5x plus 6y plus 30 equals to 0. Given that P is the point 3 comma minus 1 and the A part is the x coordinate, the coordinates of the point where the line L crosses the x-axis. So they are talking about the line L. When it cuts the x-axis, I told you. So very easy. If you know, it's very easy. So we will write when the line L crosses the x-axis, 100% y will be 0. So in the equation of the line L, in the place of y, I will substitute 0. So now you can see 3x plus 60, 3x plus 6, and the place of y I put 0 plus 30 equals 0. So you will have 5x, this thing becomes 0, plus 30 equals to 0, plus 30 will go on the other side. So you will have minus 30, so 5x equals to minus 30. This 5 is multiplying with the x. When it will go on the other side, it will divide there. So you will have x equals to minus 30 by 5. So when you cancel them, you will have minus 6. So the value of the x is minus 6, and we already know the value of the y is 0. So when the line L crosses the x-axis, that is called the x-intercept. So the coordinates of that point will be minus 6 comma 0. Okay. So the coordinate of that line will be minus 6 comma 0. The second part, the B part is, it says the coordinates of the point of intersection of the line L with the line x equals to 2. So this is the B part. They say find the point of intersection of the line L and the line x equals to 2. So see there, these are two lines and we will find the point of intersection. The procedure is very simple. The procedure is that you do by the help of the simultaneous equation, you can find the solution. The first equation is 5x plus 6y plus 30 equals to 0. The second equation, the second line is x equals to 2. So the value of the x is already given, x equals to 2. So I will substitute in the first equation x equals to 2 to find out the value of the y. So here you have 5 into 2 plus 6y plus 30 equals to 0. and you can see that that 5 twos are 10 plus 6y plus 30 equals to 0. 10 and 30, that makes 40. So 6y, this plus 40, will on the other side it will become minus 40. That 6 is multiplying with the y. When it will go on the other side, it will divide. So you will have y is equals to minus 40 divided by 6. So you will have y equals to, you can cancel them with 2. So you will have y equals to minus 20 by 3. And you know it means minus 6 whole 2 by 3. So the coordinates of the points when these two lines intersect is the value of the x is 2 and the value of the y is minus 6 whole 2 by 3. A little bit tricky part. This part is a little tricky. So that was the question number 13 and its B part. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next part
Yes,
is
sir.
the equation of the line passing through the point P. We know the coordinates of the point P, and having the same gradient as the line L. You know, uh, the line L is 5x plus 6y plus 30 equals to 0. I will make its y alone. So you will have 6y equals to minus 5x minus 30. Y will be 6 will go on the other side, it will divide. So you will have y equals to minus 5 by 6x minus 30 by 6. So you will have y equals to minus 5 by 6 into x minus 5. So it means the gradient of the line L is minus 5 by 6. So we was talking about a line whose gradient is also the same gradient as that of the line L. So the gradient of that line, the new line will be also minus 5 by 6. And that line is also passing through the point 3 comma minus 1. That is the point P. So if I know the point on the line and I know the gradient of the line, very easily I can find out the equation of the line. The process is you write the formula y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. You just put these values, y minus the value of the y1 is minus 1. So plus the value of the m is minus 5 by 6. The value of the x1 is 3. So just substitute the values. This 6 will go to the other side, left side, and it will multiply with these two numbers. So you will have y bracket y plus 1 bracket close equals to minus 5 will multiply with this bracket. That is x minus 5. So you will have 6y plus 6 equals to minus 5x plus 15. So you will have 6y equals to minus 5x plus 15 minus 6. So you will have then 6y equals to minus 5x plus 15 minus 6, that give you plus 9. So you will, this 6 is multiplying with the y, you take it to the other side, it will divide with both the terms. So you will have y equals to minus 5 by 6 into x plus 9 by 6. So y is equals to minus 5 by 6 x plus 3 by 2. So this is the C part of the question number 13. So he was the question. So that is the C part. I hope that you have understood. So this is question number 13, A part, B part, and C part. It also has a D part. So let me take out the D part. D part is coming up on your screen. This is the D part. He says in the D part says the equation of the line passing through the P point and having the gradient of 0. So the P point we already know is 3 comma minus 1, and the line passing through this point has a gradient 0, means m value is 0. So I will apply the formula y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. Substitute the value of the y1 and x1 and m. y1 is minus 1, the m is 0, and x1 is 3. So when you put it y plus 1 equals to that 0, when multiply with that bracket makes everything 0. So you will have y plus 1 equals to 0. So this plus sign plus 1 will go to the other side, and when it will go to the this plus 1, it will go to the other side and you will have y equals to -1. So the equation of the line which is passing through the point P, which is 3 comma -1, and have the gradient 0, its equation will be y equals to -1. That was the question number 13, D part. Hopefully you have understood the whole question 13. So we are done with the question number 13. What do you say? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number 14. A straight line L passes through the point A, which is 0, 3, and the point B, whose coordinates are 3, 12. The first part is find the gradient of the line L. So that line is L. We want to find out the gradient of this line. You know, the 2 points on that line are given, A point, B point. So very easily I can find out the gradient of that line. Just apply the formula of the gradient and you will get the gradient of that line. Okay. So here we go. So I apply the formula m is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So you will have 12 minus 3 divided by 3 minus 0. So you will have 9 divided by 3 and that will be 3. It means the gradient of the line which is passing through A and B is 3. The second part is the equation of the line L. So the line which is joining A and B, its name is L. They want us to find out its equation. So finding the equation is very simple. This is the second part of the question number 14. Equation of the line y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. So y minus, I'm using the first A point. So the y1 value is 3, the x1 value is 0. The value of the m or the gradient is 3. So just substitute those values here. So you will have y minus 3 equals to 3 bracket x minus 0. Bracket close. So you will have y minus 3 equals to 3x. Take this minus 3 to the other side. You will have y equals to 3x plus 3. So that is the equation of the line L, which is joining the point A and B. Now we have the B part. He says the line x equals to 3. This is very important part. The line x equals to 3 is the line of symmetry of the triangle ABC. So find the coordinates of the C. So they are talking about some kind of triangle whose name is ABC. So I know the point A, whose coordinates are 0, 3. I know the point B, its coordinates are 3, 12. He says the line of symmetry is x equals to 3. X equals to 3 is a vertical line. So you can see here the dotted line. That is the line of symmetry. So you can see now I want to find out the point C, which is not given to us. Hello? So this is the line of symmetry. This is passing through the point B. So its image will be not formed. This point A, you can see it is 3 steps to the right side of the line of symmetry. So, okay. This is 3 steps to the right, to the left, sorry. It's 3 steps to the left of the line of symmetry. So due to the line of symmetry, exactly 3 steps on the right side, you will have the point C. This is 3 steps to the left. So you will, on the 3 steps to the right, on the same line, I will have C. So it's X. This is line of symmetry 3. If you go 3 steps to the right, it will be 6. So the X value will be 6. The Y value will be same as that in the A point. That's 3. So the C will have 6, 3. So you see, you cannot do this question without drawing this figure on a grid. First, you need to draw this figure on a grid. Then you will be able to find the point C, the coordinates of the point C. And you can see this, no formula is involved. we have drawn it, and because that x equals to 3 is the line of symmetry, so this is how we find the coordinates of the C. A little new question. It's a little tough and a new concept for you. What you say? Do you understand? Have you ever studied line of symmetry? Have you ever heard this word line of symmetry?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you have heard this word line of symmetry. Okay. Line of symmetry actually is a line which divides that figure into exact two parts. And when you fold that figure along that line, all its vertices will coincide with each other. Okay. So that is called a line of symmetry. So this was the question number 14. So question 14, the full question is showing up on your screen. Hopefully you have understood this. So we are moving to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen will be, sorry. The next question coming up on your screen, that was question number 12, question number 15. So the next question is question number 15 that is showing up on your screen. It says in the question number 15, which is the advanced level in your book, if the line mx plus ny plus 2 has the same gradient as the x-axis, find the value of the m. Okay, so if this line, the given line is mx plus ny plus 2, how you find its gradient? You make the y alone. So we will have ny plus 2 equals to mx. So ny is equals to mx minus 2. This n is multiplying with the y. It will go on the other side. It will divide. So you will have y is equals to m divided n multiply x minus 2 divided by n. So the gradient of this line here, when the x is y is subject of the formula, this coefficient of the x, that is the gradient. So the gradient is m divided by n. They told us that the gradient of this line is basically parallel to the x-axis. Anything which is parallel to the x-axis, its gradient will be 0, because the x-axis is horizontal. So the any line which is horizontal or parallel to the x-axis, its gradient will be 0. So what I will do, I will make the gradient. I know the gradient of my line was m divided by n. So I will make it equals to 0. So m will be equals to that, n will go on the other side. It will multiply with the 0. So you will have m equals to 0. M equals to 0. So that is the A part of this question. In the B part, state the condition for the line to be parallel to the y-axis. So if the same line is parallel to the y-axis, if the same line is parallel to the y-axis, so the line whose parallel to the y-axis, its gradient will be infinite. Infinite means not defined, it means infinite. The line which is vertical, its gradient is infinite. Mathematically, we say 1 by 0. So you can see here that the gradient of this line m by n, I make it equals to 1 by 0. 1 by 0 means infinite. So this cross multiply, n will multiply with the 1 and m will multiply the 0. So n will be equals to 0. So you see, these are the two conditions. When the line will be parallel to the x-axis, the m must be 0. And when the line will be parallel to the y-axis, then the n should be 0. A little conceptual type question without any kind of numbers or values there. This was the question. Very conceptual. That was the question number 15. Okay, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number 16. The line L has equation 3x plus 4y equals to 24. It crosses the x-axis at the point A and the y-axis at the point B. Find the coordinates of A and B. So it cuts the x-axis at the point A. So when it cuts the x-axis at point A, the y will be 0. So in that equation, in the place of y, I will put 0. So you will have 3x plus 4 into 0 is equals to 24. 3x, this becomes 0 equals to 24. So this 3 go to the other side. You will have x equals to 24 by 3, and that will be 8. So the coordinates of the A will be 8 comma 0. Now, in the same way, he says when the line coordinates of the B point, the line L cuts the y-axis at the point B. When the line cuts the y-axis, the x will be 0. So in that equation of the line, in the place of x, I will substitute 0. So you will have 3 bracket 0 plus 4y equals 24. 3 zeros are 0. So you will have 4y equals to 24. So y will be 24 divided by 4 and it will be 6. So the coordinates of the point B will be 0 comma 6. The coordinates of the point B will be 0 comma 6. So now we have the coordinates of the point A and the coordinates of the point B. Then in the question number 16C part, he says the coordinates of the point C that lies on the line L such that C is equidistant from the coordinate axis. This sentence is very important. C is equidistant from the coordinate axis. So it means the point C has same x and same y. It means that whatever is the value of x, same is the value of the y. Okay. So the point C, its coordinates will be a comma. Suppose a comma a, x and y both should be same. Suppose any variable. For example, I suppose here that it is a comma a. Now you know that is on that line. The equation of that line is 3x plus 4y equals to 24. So in that equation, in the place of x and y, I will put a and a. So in the place of x, I will put a. In the place of y, I will also put a. So you will have 3a plus 4a equals to 24. 3a plus 4a, that is 7a equals to 24. So a will be 24 by 7. So the coordinates of C are a comma a. A value is 24 by 7. So the coordinates of C will be 24 by 7 comma 24 by 7. This question, C part, a little tricky question in the sense of the language he is using. Equidistant from both the coordinate axes. It means that both these will be same. Okay. Then they in the next part say the equation of the line OC where O is the origin. Origin means O, it means O and its coordinates are 0 comma 0. So if you want to find out the equation of the OC, I know the coordinates of the O origin, that is 0 comma 0. The coordinates of the C are also known to us, that is 24 by 7 comma 24 by 7. So first of all, I will find out the gradient of the OC, and the gradient of the OC will be m is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So you will have 24 by 7 minus 0, 24 by 7 minus 0. So you will have 24 by 7 divided by 24 by 7. So that will be, they will be cancelled. So the gradient will be 1. So now I will find out the equation. So I will apply the formula y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. So we will have y minus 24 by 7 equals to 1, m value is 1, bracket x minus 24 by 7. So I use the second second point, and so I will have y minus 24 by 7 is equals to x minus 24 by 7. This minus 24 by 7, when it will go to the other side, it will become plus 24 by 7. So you will have y equals to x minus 24 by 7 plus 24 by 7. This 24 by 7 and this 24 by 7, they'll be cancelled. So you are left with y equals to x. So the line which is joining O and C, origin and the C, its equation will be y equals to x. So that was the question number 16, and this was the exercise 6C. Now we are on the last question. If you give me 5 minutes more, so we will be able to finish this exercise. Question number 17 is coming up on your screen. The coordinates of the point P and the Q are, the point P is 2, 3, and the point P is 9, 7. The A part is, he says, find the coordinates of the point where the line passing through the P and Q intersects the x axis. Okay. Now you see, first of all, I need to find out the equation of the line joining P and Q. For that purpose, first of all, I need to find out the gradient. I need to find out the gradient of the PQ. So I apply the formula for the gradient and I put the values, and you get the gradient 2 by 7. Then I apply the formula for the equation. The formula is y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. I use the first point. X1 will be 2, y1 will be 3. The m value is 2 by 7. You simply put those values here. Y minus 3 equals to 2 by 7 bracket x minus 2. This 7 is dividing here. Take it to the other side. You will have 7y minus 21 equals to, and you will have 2x minus 4. 7y will be equals to 2x minus 4 plus 21. 7y is equals to 2x minus 4 plus 21. That's plus 17. So now you see I have the equation of the line PQ. He says when the line PQ cuts the x-axis, find the coordinates of that point. Now, when the line, any line cuts the x-axis, you put y equals to 0 in its equation. So this is that equation of that line PQ. In it, I will put y equals, in the place of y, I will substitute 0. So here you can see that in this equation, in the place of y, I have substituted 0. 7 zeros are 0. So on this side, you have 2x plus 17. So you will have 2x equals to minus 17. So x will be minus 17 divided by 2. That is minus 8 whole 1 by 2. So the coordinates of the point when this line PQ cuts the x-axis is minus 8 whole 1 by 2 comma 0. So that is the A part of the question number 17. I hope that you have understood this. Now we are moving to the next part. That's the B part. He says, given that the y equals to 5 is the line of symmetry of the triangle PQR, find the coordinate of the R. You know that the P and the Q points, their coordinates are already given. These are the coordinates of that point. P and Q, their coordinates are given. So I draw a grid. I plot the P and Q. He says the line of symmetry is y equals to 5. The line of symmetry is y equals to 5, which is a horizontal line. So you can see this blue line is the line of symmetry. This point Q is on the line of symmetry, so we don't have its image. This P is below the line of symmetry, and you can see it's 2 steps below. It's 2 steps below the line of symmetry. So its image will be 2 steps above the line of symmetry in the same vertical line. So it is 2 steps below and 2 steps up. If you go, the point will be 2, 7. So that R is 2, 7. So now you can see this is that triangle and this was the line of symmetry. We only know these 2 coordinates. This coordinate I just found. And this can be only done if you actually draw a grid and plot this and you actually understand what's the meaning of the line of symmetry. The line of symmetry means a line which will divide a line that will divide that triangle into two equal parts, and when you will fold it along that line, the vertices will be coinciding with each other. Okay, so that was the question number 17b part. Then he says calculate in the next part. In the next part, let me go to the next part. Oh, question number 17, the next part. I don't know. I have that here. So let me find. So in the last part, yeah, this is coming up. So that is question number 17 and its last part. He says, find the length of the PQ. If you want to find out the length of the PQ, the P coordinate, the P has the coordinates 2, 3. The Q, its coordinates are 9, 5. So you can apply the distance formula on the PQ. So you will find the length of the PQ. So you can see on the screen that I have applied the distance formula, and x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Just put the values of the coordinates of P and Q into that formula, and you will find that the length of the PQ is 7.28. Now, in the D part, he says, hence find the length of the perpendicular from R to PQ. You know, this was that triangle, PQR. If you take this side, which is 4, because this is a vertical line, so from my grid I can let me show you. You see this was on the grid. So this thing will be 4, and this will be the height of the triangle. Okay, so that is 6 from 3 to 9. So that thing is 6, that is the height of the triangle, and this is 4, that is the base of the triangle. So the area of the triangle will be 1 by 2 into base into height. So 1 by 2 into 4 into 7, and that will be 14 units square. So the area of this triangle is 14. But the question to us is, what is the length of the perpendicular from R onto PQ? So I will take this as the base, PQ as the base. Its length is 7.28. And then this will be the height. This blue color thing will be the height. That is the perpendicular coming from R onto PQ. And I will apply the formula of the area. The area of this triangle we already know is 14. So 1 by 2 into PQ into height or perpendicular equals to 14. So the PQ value is 7.28. Make this H alone, this 2 dividing, it will go on the other side, multiply. This 7.28 is multiplying with the H, it will go on the other side, it will divide. So when you do this calculation, you will get H equals to 3.85. The H value will be 3.85. So this is the perpendicular coming from R onto PQ. So this is, we are done with the exercise 6C. Thank you very much for your patience, and hopefully this is clear to you. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a good weekend. And it was a pleasure teaching you mathematics. So thank you very much. Have a good day. God bless you all.